Sports.
Welcome back to an episode of Bite Size Sports where I've done something, and I did it especially for a near dear friend of mine. This episode is for and brought to you by the one, the only Noah Nichols. Thank you, sir. We're about to watch. Well, I'm about to watch. You're about to listen to me watching Ric Flair's last match. Now, the starting point, if you have this to watch along with, will be, there are 44 minutes and 43 seconds left as we start it up here. Where's the exact spot? The 2 hour and 16 minute mark for those of you playing at home. I was going to show everyone's entrances. Thank God I did not do that. That was 14 entire minutes of build-up, but we'll start with Ric's entrance and see what the hell this looks like. I am terrified at the fact that this is a 40-minute match. Cannot imagine that that will be good. But what the hell do I know? I'm just some mark with a podcast that's not even normally about wrestling. So what the hell are we doing here? Let's get started without further ado. It's go time, baby. The lights are black. To tell some of you about the build-up, if you don't know it, I just learned it. Flair and Conman Thompson used their podcast to build the hype for this match. Very brief story, Jay Lethal wanted to be in the event. He was training Ric Flair. Ric Flair was like, I respect you, but there's no room for you. He belittled Jeff Jarrett as well at some point, giving him front row seats or something. And so they're going to get their revenge on Ric. Make sure this is his last match. Honestly, the build-up video was pretty cool. It was well done. It was WWE-esque with the good audio, good editing. It was well put together. I didn't see Ric much as the face. In a normal situation, it was like, I don't know, this heel booking on each side. It was just very interesting. And to start the match, Jarrett, in his 4.5 minute intro that took forever, went and smacked Conrad Thompson, which, I mean, already, a match gets a half star for that alone. We've seen Taker at ringside with Mick Foley. Kid Rock did a double dip, apparently. How's Ric Flair in the Hall of Fame twice? Is that once for the Horseman, once for himself? I forgot they do that because they don't have enough talent to keep having Hall of Fame classes, so they'll just induct people who've already been in there. Ooh, we're at the big gold belt moment, baby. That thing is beautiful, though, I must admit. Now, we're here in the mood. Like, even my water's purple, y'all. This looks blue because of the lighting, but it's a purple hoodie. The lighting's purple. We are ready. It's royalty, baby. We're here for Ric Flair. His t-shirt's so long, you can't tell he's wearing trunks. Knee pads still ain't covering the knees. They're talking about his other son-in-law, Conrad Thompson. And here Tony Schiavone's calling Jeff Jarrett the no-good piece of you-know-what when he's got Conrad Thompson coming out the other end of his mouth. Jesus. Come on, Choney. This is ridiculous. Good show of respect, Mike Chioda, holding the ropes open for Ric. I'm sure that the sign of respect was the only reason he was holding the ropes open. My expectations for this are as low as they possibly could. It's good to see Karen Angle Jarrett at sideline. Doesn't look hardly recognizable, although the years have been kind to her. Jeff Jarrett doesn't look too bad. Oh God, Ric's running now. He's running. He's slapping his chest. There will be more actual commentary. For those of you who are listening to this instead of watching it, I will do some of that, but this is meant not to replace the experience, merely to be in addition to it or something to listen to after you've watched. So here we are, the big announcement. I'll be popping in and out with actual commentary and more just... Oh, this is great. There's some fight going back and forth. Ooh. Look at this. They are really, really milking this runtime here. Absolutely ridiculous. And I have a feeling we're going to see Jeff Jarrett pull one of those, like, walk around, I'm going to leave things at some point. What's our runtime here? Quick pause on and off just to see the time. 40:39 left. Okay, so 40 frickin' minutes of this. I give it about 15 minutes before we start to see any real action. I mean, they're spending a minute and a half just introducing Jay Lethal. Oh, this is what I'm here for, though. You got to see the Jay Lethal Ric Flair impression. Doing some woos. Yeah, he loves it. I love it. Jeff Jarrett, Double J Jeff Jarrett. He did some great heel work walking out. He grabbed some, like, old school, the stuff that I never lived to experience. I just have to hear Jim Cornette talk about it. But he grabbed this dude's Bud Light, splashed it all in his face. That's got to be some great old school territorial heel work, brother. He's got dudes in that crowd yelling, "You ain't shit, Jarrett. You ain't shit." It's old school, man. The robe I could do without, but he's doing good work. I mean, great job in front of his home crowd to get everyone to hate him this much. Like I said, the build seemed... Once they took the violence to Ric Flair, it's like, okay, well, yeah, they're the heel. Early on, it did seem like they're calling Ric Flair a prick, and it got is, you know. Sure, he's a legend and whatnot, but he's no saint, and he's always been cocky, and all the things they were saying about him were true. So it was an interesting build video for me to watch, having not followed any of this. I thought it was cool how they had Jay Lethal no-show a podcast. And that it's very interesting to see them try to build this show without having a weekly television program to try to build up to it. So that was probably better than what this is going to be. We finally, oh God, Rick, you can see like the turkey neck thing hanging under his arm. And again, guys, I'm probably going to make fun of this old man's physical appearance. Easy for me to say, but it's all with love, right? Like, Rick's a legend. This last match should have been had. Like, we shouldn't be here right now. I shouldn't be watching this. This should not have been broadcasted live a couple weeks ago. What are we doing here? But it's like an accident. I can't look away. And due to the kindness of a good friend, we have the opportunity to watch it. The least I could do is let you guys get some enjoyment out of me suffering through this. You think they're going to start? Take your bets now, fellas. Think Rick starts the match? Ooh, Karen and Jeff were just making out on the apron. She was outside, of course. He's still in the ring, but they are just... Some more good heel work. I mean, they know... There's a lot of smart marks out here in the crowd. Everybody knows who Karen's ex-husband was. They probably are some people who still feel salty about a 13-year-old affair. I don't know. Obviously that's... Oh, Nate does start. Shows what I know. See? Wow. Who's the mark now? I think anyone who's mad at the Jarretts, like, they've been married for how long now? Like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have been cheating, allegedly, or if that was the case. But I mean, shit, they're still married at this point, making out in front of thousands of people. I think clearly there was something real there. Oh, Jeff is really yelling some stuff here. This has got to be great. Oh, what a slap. Ricky with the slap. Nature Boy in this weird tank top thing, I mean, is very smart, mind you. He should not have a shirt on right now. But yeah, Jeff Jarrett, okay, he's doing around the ring. Now he just tagged in Jay Lethal. And I imagine these guys are going to avoid Ric, run around. He's gonna blade at some point. Probably going to get outside. I would say almost immediately. There's my prediction for the next few minutes. Jay Lethal there, he's going to talk his shit, just like Jarrett just did. He's going to walk around, maybe tag Jarrett back in. Then Jarrett's going to do it, go outside. And as they're running around stalling, then there will be the secret sneaky spot. Oh, now Ric's going to run the ropes. Oh, I thought they were going to do a run rope off. Oh, Jay actually does tie up with him. Okay. The hip toss. Very impressive to see a man that age take a hip toss, I suppose. Jay doesn't have the heart to punch him. Okay, there was some action. So, wait. Brief pause. Brief on off for the time. 35-29. We saw a hip toss. Okay. All right. So we're about 10 minutes into... Yes, we are nearly 11 minutes into my broadcast. And we saw our first wrestling move. Everyone's standing. And there's some chants going. What are they saying? I can't quite hear it. But, a not as good looking hip toss from Nature Boy, and now Jay Lethal is unable to reverse it in the same way that Ric did, even though he's at a rope break right now. Ooh, getting out of this hold was bad. That was ugly. It seemed like Jay was helping the old man get up. It's gonna be hard to mask all this stuff, but I suppose they were working on it for a while. Let's see. We got some opportunity for some corner chops here for Flair. Nope. Been reversed. Still no action here at all. These guys are just bear hugging in the corner. And they are just milking this. And I don't... Oh, the little eye poke slap. Jay falls all the way down from it. Maybe they should have just made this like an 8 to 10 minute match. I don't know. You should have... For lack of a better term, Bill Goldberg this thing. You know, why are you drawing this out? It's got to be a 40-minute. Now he's calling a timeout, and he wants Nature Boy out. Naturally, yeah, they got to do this. Got to get Flair out of there. Ooh, Andrade with a very cool entrance. They have been pitching throughout this match that this could start an AEW rivalry between Jay Lethal and Andrade. Maybe that did. I don't know. I don't watch AEWs. Not regularly. Caught a match here and there. Let me know. Let me know in the comments. They have some YouTube stuff, right? Should I watch it? Would you be interested in me talking about it? Now, traditional BS fans do not need to worry. If we start to do a lot of wrestling content, we will actually move that over to our second channel, which I have ready in the wings, already built. Nice big boot there. We have a wrestling specific channel waiting in the wings, ready to be launched. So in the meantime, we're here to see if you guys enjoy any of this stuff. Maybe get some feedback from our bite-sized squad. Tag in. Oh, a little double team move here. Some great heel wrestling. But this is at least better. This is what they needed to do. And I understand putting Flair. That's why everybody's here. Flair starts the match, but there's nothing he can do to start it. So it's a real slow starter. I almost... maybe this is my inner Vince Russo talking, but I'd almost would have been better off with a scrum. I'd rather seen something before the bell rang. Something to get the excitement up, and then let Ric slow things down. But he had to slow things down before they even got started. They keep mentioning the father-in-law thing, which is kind of weird. And also, as Jarrett runs away, it's so interesting, this idea that these guys are afraid of Flair and they'd rather face Andrade. This dude who's super athletic and bigger and stronger. I love wrestling psychology, man. It is so much fun. These guys are standing around again, so we got that going for us, which is nice. Let's go, let's do this. I would think at this age, Rick really would want his knees covered by those knee pads. And then he could save it, for his... Can he do a knee drop? I don't want to see him do a knee drop, you guys. Just rolling in the ring, screaming. Or pulling the Vince McMahon and just leaning up against the rope. Ooh, we got a headlock. Front face headlock. He's going to shoot him into the ropes. And Jarrett grabs the ropes. And now he's going to do a Ric Flair strut, which I love. The heel work is good. I just wish the wrestling were also. He's hanging up in the corner now. They are milking every last second of this. If I'm in Tennessee on July the 31st and I've been drinking for 4 hours and this is the main event, I am getting a little rowdy. This is what Cornette was always talking about. This is why the heels had to leave with the cops. But my would be go home heat. Like, dude, do something. And then, okay, the exact same spot, except this time it's Jeff Jarrett, but throws him into the ropes. Rick catches it, and now he struts, and everyone likes the strut. Oh, it's hard to even watch. He can barely do it. And he hits him with the suck it. Hey, okay. Hits Jay Lethal with the suck it. Now he wants Jay, I guess. He's strutting again. More strutting. There's a break now because Karen Jarrett, I'm going to be calling her Angle all night, had to come in and say something. They're just doing nothing. Now they're just pointing finger. They're going to do an ET touching thing. This is brutal. This is absolutely difficult. Headlocks already don't look great most of the time. Oh, there we get some chops. Oh, the chops have just no life. There we go. There's one. Finally could actually hear one. Oh, we get the low blow. Lethal comes in to save. Nature Boy gets him with the mule kick, the behind the back. Oh, there's an Andrade slap. See, they should have started with this, man. They should have started with some of this sloppy, get a couple guys in the ring. Here we go, Jarrett. Hey, he's walking off. Get your bingo cards out, boys. He is bouncing. Time for me to finish my dirtiest water in the game here. Karen's like, listen, Jeff. Don't make me go back to Kurt, alright? Make me go back to Perk Angle. Where's Jay Lethal in all of this? He just decided to leave too. Is she gonna rip his sign? Karen! Took a fan's sign. This is so good. That part, like, if they could just do anything in the ring, I'd be impressed. Again, my standards were very low, but I like this level of crowd interaction. I don't think you might be able to see it again in Triple H's WWE, but I haven't seen this in a while. This is very old school heel work, and I do like it. Now, some of you who watch the programming regularly might be screaming because maybe you're seeing it more often, but I don't watch SmackDown regularly. If anything, I just catch highlights on YouTube and then listen to some of the podcasts. And I do watch the pay-per-views because we have Peacock, so why not watch it? I'm interested in popping those reviews on the channel too, again, if there's an audience. If not, we'll take it to the other channel. But as we build things up, it's something. I've got a series in mind that we'll get into in depth on the other channel once it starts. But I just want to look back at some of these classic wrestling matches and see, where did this go wrong? Or conversely, was it always like this and I just really loved it when I was 8 years old and up until I was about 11, 12, 13, and then go away from it for years? I mean, I think I caught a couple of matches in college when the DX reunion thing was a thing. Oh, Rick doing some heel tack work? Yeah, look at that. little headlock in the corner. But yeah, so I think there was like a half a year, maybe a year in college. I watched a little bit of Raw, and then one day on a trip to Nashville, of all places, we were stopping the night before. It was a Friday night. We were in a hotel, and on Fox there just happened to be a match between one Baron Corbin and the Universal Champion himself, Roman Reigns. And some of you may remember this match. I'll never forget it because it was a loser has to eat dog food match in which someone got tied to the ring post and got all the dog food dumped on them. I believe it was Baron Corbin. Even at this point, I think the Usos were doing a bunch of Roman's work for him, but he was clearly not the heel in that situation. As a lot of chops going on in the corners. If you guys are mad at me for not talking about the match, Flair's just whipping Jay around, chopping him back and forth. There has been some action. But yeah, so that was just a brief aside into my love and hate, I guess, my on again, off again relationship with the Squared Circle. Ever since that moment when I saw that really shitty wrestling match as Andrade is in, and they're trying to make up for it here as he's kind of trying to fight both guys at once here. Little tag team action. From there, I got into the Cornette podcasts. I have a couple of friends who still watch wrestling regularly, and over the last year or so, I upped my yearly. Oh, nice work, Jay Lethal punching on the side. I used to just watch WrestleMania every year. My yearly tradition, as I trail off there, of just WrestleMania is to say, hey, you know what? I'll just watch every pay-per-view, and then it's grown. But it's this weird, like, Schadenfreude thing. It's like watching Tommy Wiseau's The Room. Like, I watch wrestling despite hating it most of the time. So if you're here or at any point looking for someone who's going to take it a lot more seriously, I'm probably not your guy. If you want to shit on wrestling, have some jokes, maybe do some fantasy booking, and I'll be around for that. But we're going to look at some of this old school stuff and see, was it ever really any good? Or does wrestling have a shelf life for most people where it's good up to a certain age, and then after that, once you start watching movies and all this kind of stuff, it starts to be less than? Because ultimately, I mean, this stuff is in the same vein as, like, you know, Broadway. Like, it's like stage performance, you know, it's live theater in a sense, much more athletic version. Wow. Speaking of athletic, Jay Lethal with the arm drag and then flips over to drop kick Andrade and then looks back at Flair. Now this has been some good work. So again, I'm glad we just had that little bit where I told you that I'm not a true blue reviewer. You know, go watch your Wrestling with Regrets or something like that. You know, I'm no historian. I'm no wrestling bios. You know, I'm not even Marky D123. You know, you got these guys. There's probably some other ones I missed out there that are good. I watch some WrestleMania occasionally, but you know, I'm not the analytical guy who's gonna, you know, I'm not Botchamania, although I'll call him when I see him. If anything, Botchamania would be the closest thing I'd like to be, and don't worry, we've got a everybody's laying down spot, so you're not missing a lot here. We got a hot tag coming up. It's gonna be Andrade and Jarrett tagging in Rick and Lethal. Rick is cheating here. Oh man, he is laboring. These chops, man. Wow. Props to Jay Lethal for, I mean, how much effort. These guys have to be working so hard to make Rick's stuff look good. First of all, Jay Lethal does the wow. The chops, then he's falling with all his own effort, and then Rick whips him into the corner. He does the flip up and then jumps over, runs to another corner, climbs up it, jumps back to Rick, who chops him down. Just so much work for Jay. He ends up in a figure four, which Jarrett breaks him out of, and I think Karen's getting him the guitar. Oh no, a shoe. Here's the blade, boys. Here we go, the high heel. Poor Karen. I think, how's she going to walk around the rest of the day? Is he blading? Let me see if... Can these guys not pull an AEW and show us Flair as he's blading? He's not bleeding yet. Good camera angle on the rail, the guardrail. I'm pretty sure his head did not hit anywhere close to that guardrail. Is that Charlotte? Who is that? Who's pulling Karen's hair? Oh. Megan? Who's Megan? Oh. Karen just said, I'll fucking kill you, and the mics caught it, and I love that. Who is Megan? Is this a Flair? If that's Conrad Thompson's wife, I'm gonna shit. I mean... What? No way! No way, you guys! Tony Schiavone just confirmed for me that is in fact Conrad Thompson's wife, and I am absolutely mind blown right now. Damn, dude, there's got to be some good money in ripping people off on, consolidating loans or some shit. But more importantly, that whole thing is what allowed Rick on the ground to blade. I'm almost certain of that, because he is bleeding like a stuffed pig and crying out in a weird way too. Karen just pulled up her skirt and slapped her ass, her bare ass. I mean, I think she had underwear on. I guess she had like a dress, one of those splits, but she still doesn't have her shoes on. And she went over to Conrad's wife, Megan, and started smacking that ass. Interesting. Oh, so now we got Mick, Taker, and Michelle McCool front row right there as the heels now triple team Ric Flair. Okay, Andrade finally gets to the rail, but they are getting all the good shots in, make sure you do the rail work in front of the people who are in the business. That's a smart one. But interesting that the whole family's getting involved. Obviously not Charlotte. Oh, that was bad. Jarrett just kicked Rick in the ribs. No reaction. Jarrett can hardly pull Rick up to the top rope. He has to visibly ask him if he can get him up there. I mean, you should not be having this old man bleed like this. Oh, he just fell. He just fell down. He's not reacting to any of the punches at all. Jay Lethal's about to suplex him. This will be this is impressive like it was in the 80s watching... Oh, well done. He was safe with him. But yeah, it's like, okay, we can watch... It's like watching Hogan body slam Andre the Giant. Or even worse, when Cody Rhodes body slammed Shaq. See, I told you, I've seen some of it. But it was just, oh, this is ugly. Technically, you did the move, but why? Andrade with the great save, because I don't think Flair's kicking out anything, even if it's written for him to. They gonna step on his wrist here? No, they didn't actually do anything. And even like this leg stuff that they're doing, it's they have to be so gentle because the old man, like you can't break him. You can't break him. Oh my God, no. Oh God, he's in a figure four. No. Ah! You guys, can you believe it? This is how this ends. This is how Ric Flair's career is gonna end. Figure four from Jarrett. Oh, Andrade with the save off the top rope. It's a good bit. We've got now, technically, shouldn't you be doing a double 10 count? They both have their shoulders down. Flair and Jarrett, okay, they finally are not both in the figure four together, so now they are finally doing the 10 count. And Jay Lethal's in the corner. Quick pause for, 17 minutes left. We got 16:56, technically. We are close. So very close. Here comes Lethal. Andrade is nowhere to be seen. The blood really doesn't do much to help Ric Flair's comb over. He's really, looking Hulk Hogan-y, which to his credit, he's like 80, Suck it, Terry. I mean, I ain't got shit to say. I'm bald right now, so I got that Zinedine Zidane hairline. Nature Boy chants are starting. I love the old. We didn't talk about this in the intro. I do love the old school '80s aesthetic with the original backdrop and the Jim Crockett Promotions logo and a miss elbow drop. The King's Elbow. Oh, I see. Oh yeah, because I forgot. How could I have ever forgot that Jay Lethal also did the Macho Man stuff, which is a great gimmick. Like Jay Lethal, always one of my favorites, simply because of that. Like when he did the Macho Man stuff and the Ric Flair stuff. Like what a great to be able to turn that into a gimmick. I feel like that was every little kid's gimmick growing up, at least my age. Hot tag now. Andrade's a house of fire. Clotheslines. But yeah. Oh, snap suplex on Jay Lethal. Just love that whole. I mean, at times I've hated it. You know, I was wary when they were looking like they were trying to turn Dolph Ziggler into the next HBK. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, right? Sometimes you just can't reopen that. Oh, the running knee strikes into Jarrett in the corner. But yeah, so sometimes it's not going to be good the second time around. Jay Lethal makes the save. I doubt. What do you guys think? If you haven't seen this, I imagine Flair has to be the one to get the win, right? It's not going to be Andrade. That was a great throw over the side. Jay Lethal, he's working hard, man. You just leapt out of that ring. Andrade halfway up the rope here. Yeah, some of this stuff is on television pretty easy to see that it's choreographed, and maybe that's where the WWE tries to hide more of the stuff with their jump cuts, which I hate, by the way. I think it is what leads to stuff like this. I don't know. It's supposed to look pretty natural, and a lot of these guys. I mean, fuck, Jeff Jarrett is doing a great job, all things considered. But with a couple of these guys, with Jarrett and Flair being involved. Oh, nice super kick from Lethal. He hit the ref. They just did a ref bump. Who'd have thought? Andrade with the reverse Hurricane Rana. That was a cool little bit. But yeah, some of the spots, they're a little sloppy because I think some of these guys, they're just not regular workers. Those of you who did watch this, did you get this weird... it looks like something out of Stranger Things. Like, I look like I'm watching this match in Hawkins, Indiana. There's a bunch of little black dots just like floating. Oh, maybe my TV's old. I don't know. Might be time. Tag was made. It was a great spot. I was talking about something else when it happened, but Andrade's going crazy, going after Jeff Jarrett. Basically, Jay Lethal went for Jarrett was holding Andrade for the super kick. He ducked that one. Lethal recovered after sweet kicking Jarrett and tried to hit sweet chin music on Andrade again. This time hit the ref. And Flair just hit Lethal with a 7 count, but the ref is out. Maybe it's been a 10 count at this point. Wow. So, they had to do that. And Jeff Jarrett's got the guitar, which, I mean, it's, of course, Chekhov's guitar is going to be used. Now, the question is Ric Flair going to dodge this with his cat-like agility and reflexes? Or is Andrade going to run in and take one? It can't end this way. Please, no. Oh, God, please, no. Andrade's back in the ring. And Andrade pulls Rick out of the way. Okay. Wow. Lethal really sold that chair shot. And Jarrett really sold the sweet chin music from Andrade. Everybody's out here super kicking. Oh, brass knucks. Conrad, of course it was Conrad. Conrad Thompson, throw him knuckles. Oh my God, Tony. Oh man. Is it jealousy? Is my hatred of Conrad Thompson being this involved in this match, is that pure jealousy because he's the money mark who had the money to do all these podcasts? Like, I'm not a big fan of his podcast. I would say that Brian Last and Jim Cornette are the ones that I like. I'm not a big fan of the whole Thompson family. I'm not a big 83 Weeks guy. I like JR, but even I won't listen to Grillo and JR. Oh, boom! He got him with the brass knucks. Andrade tried to put the knucks on the wrong hand. That was funny. The weakest brass knucks shot I've ever seen. Flair put it back in his knee pad. And oh, there we go. A figure 4. Which doesn't make sense. Who's that? Dave Meltzer? Is that what he said? Oh, it's a figure 4 pin. Okay, I was like, well, how's he going to tap if he's knocked out? It's a figure 4 pin while not realizing Flair's shoulders are probably also on the ground. Hey, so Rick won. We got the W. Got that W. And the purple confetti rains down. Ooh, well, fellas, I don't know if I could give a star rating to something like this, but I guess I'll try. 2.5. Could maybe 3 if I watched it again. I don't think I'll watch it again. That was rough. The stuff that Rick wasn't involved in was pretty good at times. And I think that could have been a lot worse, if I'm being honest. Karen Jarrett just screaming like a banshee over Jeff's lifeless body is hilarious. Rick can't move. They got him a bottle of water. Looks like he's knocked out. He might actually die. Does he die in this? He does not look good, you guys. He's laying flat down. Oh my God, rolled him out. He's gonna try to get up. Andrade's helping him. He's up. Them giblets hanging from them biceps. And yeah, there it is. That's it. I'm done, you guys. That's been freaking almost 40 minutes of non-stop action. If I missed something in the celebration, sorry. Just go watch it yourself. It'll be fun, I think. Until next time, subscribe if you'd like. Let me know what you thought below with a comment. Do a like or something. Dislike it if that's your thing. Until next time, we'll see ya.